Action.
Boy.
Camera's rolling. We're live, people.
We're live.
We're gonna move on to the plating. What was that?
That wasn't even my fault.
What did you do?
It was just a Sharpie. It fell.
You knocked it off.
I didn't.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Do it again.
Yeah, we'll try. Gerald, how much cinnamon was it?
It's half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it is. 7 teaspoons.
Cam knows. Cam knows what's up. You're freaking me out.
Where's our script?
Yes.
That's you, Matt. You're the description.
We don't have a script.
Off the cuff.
Alright.
We're gonna need ground cinnamon.
You said the wrong one.
Fuck. Well, yes. I forgot the word for thaw. Thaw the right word, Carol?
No.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Cooking Corner with Giuseppe CrimiVaroli. This week, we have a sweet treat in store for you, so buckle your seatbelts, because this week, we're making fried ice cream cake. I know what you're thinking. How do you fry an ice cream cake? I'll tell you. So sit right back and enjoy. Alright, folks, so in terms of ingredients, you're going to need the following. You're going to need cornflakes. You're going to need Cool Whip. You're going to need sugar. You're gonna need ground cinnamon. You're gonna need butter. You're gonna need ice cream. And you're gonna need honey. Alright, folks, now in terms of hardware, you're gonna need the following. You're gonna need a 9x13 dish. Could be Pyrex, but I chose to use an aluminum baking dish. You're gonna need a rubber spatula and a spoon. You're gonna need various measuring cups of all sizes. You're gonna need a large mixing bowl to mix your ingredients. And you're gonna need a frying pan. As always, folks, step one is gonna be wash your hands. Go ahead, turn your sink on, stick your little meat mitts under the water, get them all nice and watery. Flick them out a little bit, add some soap. 1 squirt works, but I prefer 2. Rub the soap all around on your hands, get in between your fingers, get on the back of your knuckles, get your thumbs, make sure you get all over them. Stick them back under the water and wash all that good soap off. And once you think your hands are sufficiently clean, you can turn your water off, flick your fingers out, grab yourself a handy-dandy towel, dry your hands, and you're ready to cook. Alright, folks, moving on. Step number 2. It's going to be soften your cold ingredients. So, 30 minutes before you actually start cooking, you've got to take your cold ingredients out and let them soften. The cold ingredients being your ice cream, your Cool Whip, and your butter. Alright, folks, we're moving on to step number 3. Step number 3 is going to be fry your cornflakes. So what that entails is you're going to take your 1 stick of butter and you're going to melt it in this medium skillet. And once you've melted the butter in the medium skillet over medium heat, you're going to add 3 cups of crushed cornflakes and 3/4 cup of sugar. Now for the cornflakes, I find it's easy to put the regular cornflakes in a Ziploc bag and then using your hands, just crush them up real small like. It's that simple. So, we're going to get started. We're going to open our butter up, drop it in the pan. Turn the heat on. Get that butter melting, then we'll add our cornflakes and sugar. Alright folks, now that your butter is all melted and sizzling, you're going to add your cornflakes and your sugar. And then you're going to stir to combine. Now you want to be very careful not to burn this. It can burn very easily. So make sure you get all of the butter and all of the sugar and all of the cornflakes nice and combined. And you want to make sure it doesn't burn to you want it golden brown, really. So just continue to stir it until it's nice and golden brown. Alright folks, now that you've got your cornflakes, sugar, and butter in the pan, we're going to combine them all and make sure not to burn them. So you should cook it for about 5 minutes over medium heat, and be careful to stir things off the bottom of the pan so that they don't burn. Alright folks, now that our cornflakes are looking nice and golden brown, we're going to turn the heat off and move these to the cold side of the stove. So, now that we've got our nice fried mixture, what we're going to do is we're going to add 1/3 of this to the bottom of our dish. So, just take it and kind of eyeball it if you want. And add roughly 1/3 of it to the bottom of your dish. Perfect. Alright folks, moving on, step number 4 is going to be make your ice cream mixture. So, what you're going to need is 1.75 quarts of ice cream. That's about 1 1/3 container. You're also going to need 8 ounces of Cool Whip and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So what you're going to do, go ahead, open up your newly softened ice cream and add it to the bowl. Go ahead and scoop that in there. Oh, delicious. Make sure you get all the ice cream out of that container. Incredible. Once that's done, you're going to add a little bit more. Not an exact science, so just kind of feel it in your heart, but incredible. Next, you're going to add your 8 ounces of Cool Whip. And that is going to be this entire container. So, feel free to use the same spoon you used for the other thing. Get it all out of there. You want it nice and in the bowl. Once you've gotten almost all the Cool Whip out of there, you'll be all set. And then, you're just going to add your cinnamon. A little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there. And now you just combine your ingredients. Alright folks, you've got your ice cream mixture, you've got your fried cornflakes, you've got your tin with 1/3 of your cornflakes, and you've got your honey. All these ingredients add up to step number 5, which is going to be combine all your ingredients in the tin and drizzle honey over the top. Alright, so you've got your tin with your cornflake base, that's all well and good. You're going to add all of this ice cream to that. So, go ahead and just start pouring it in there. Delicious. Make sure you use your scraper to get all that stuff off the sides. You don't want to lose any of this. This is all good stuff in here. Once you've gotten the majority of your ice cream out, take your scraper and kind of smooth it out over the top here. Once it's nice and smooth, take your cornflakes and you're going to put the remainder of these over the top of your ice cream cake. Maybe just break them up a little bit so they're not in clumps. A little bit on the counter never hurt anyone. Now that you've covered the top of the cornflakes, what you're going to do is drizzle honey over the top. Now you're supposed to use about 1/4 cup, but so long as you're drizzling and covering the top, it doesn't really matter. So go ahead and get your honey out of the jar. And just start lightly drizzling over the top. Zigzags are always fun. You could do a shape if you wanted. I'll go the other way now. Alright folks, now we're moving on to step number 6. And step number 6 is going to be cover your ice cream cake and put it in the freezer. So what you're going to have to do is cover this and freeze it for 5 hours minimum. Overnight works best. Alright? Easy enough. Just go ahead, cover your ice cream cake, and then we'll stick it in the freezer for 5 hours. Alright folks, it's been about 6 hours since we put our ice cream cake in the freezer. Now we're going to check it. Let's have a little look-see here, folks. Whew! That is looking delicious. Let's test how firm it is. Ooh, came out pretty nice. This is going to be a good ice cream cake right here. Now we can move on to plating. Alright folks, this fried ice cream cake is looking delicious. So it's time to move on to the final step, plating. Go ahead and grab yourself just any old knife. Make some incisions along the cake. Once you've got a piece that you think is sufficiently large, pull it out and put it on a plate, and you're ready to eat. Alright, I want to thank you all for coming and watching this episode of Cooking Corner. If you liked the video, leave a like on it. If you like the channel, subscribe, and you'll see more videos like this. If there's something you'd like to see on the Cooking Corner, leave it in the comments or contact me directly. If you make any of the dishes at home, take a picture, send them my way. I'll feature you in a video. And bye-bye now. I've never heard of broccoli pie. That looks tasty. I'm going to try it. Tracy Steves, 1 year ago. Can I substitute cauliflower for broccoli? I said, I don't know.